But the path of the just is like the shining sun that shines ever brighter until the perfect day. Please pay attention to the meaning of this proverb, this word that speaks about how God works and how the path of those who choose to walk in justice works. Pay attention. I have seen a widespread mistake in people, the mistake of anxiety, of wanting things to happen and to change quickly, almost like magic. I have seen people who wish to have a happy marriage, but who have never planted happiness in marriage. People who want perfect health, but have only planted diseases. People who want to have peace and communion with God, where they have only planted enmities and division. So they plant something and they desire to reap something else. And when they don't reap it, they get angry, frustrated, anxious, and blame everything and everyone, including God. Because God does not hear me, because this is life, I have no luck. People are not aware of this path of the just. The book of Proverbs says on chapter 4, verse 18, I'll repeat what it says, but you go back. But the word path means ways. The ways of the just is like the shining sun. In other words, it's like the dawn. If you have ever seen the day dawn, then you understand what the text means. When the night reaches its darkest point, there the dawn begins. Am I right? Because when the darkest moment of the night has come, then the peak of the night is over. In there, the night is over and the day is dawning. From the darkest point, it can only be brighter. Do you agree with me? That's it. The text says, but the path of the just, the way of the just, is like the shining sun that shines ever brighter unto the perfect day. In other words, the day does not dawn like when we turn on the switch and the light turns on. At the same time, when you are in a dark room and you have the bulbs, the light bulbs, and you switch on the lights, then the light goes on from darkness to light in less than a fraction of a second. But the day is not like that. From night to day, there is a time that goes by, and little by little, that darkness dissipates and gives way to the light of dawn. In other words, the sun starts to rise, the night dissipates, and only then it comes a time that the sun rises and it shines in its full potential in the blue sky. This happens every 24 hours. Every day this happens. It's such a pity that in our hurry that we don't notice the rising and setting of the sun. But here's a huge lesson in the Word of God that says, the path of the just is like the shining sun that shines ever brighter unto the perfect day. Those who choose to walk in righteousness will not see their lives changing overnight. When you walk in a straight line, you collect hits. And these hits will add up and will bring you this light of dawn that improves your life little by little until it's a perfect day per se. In other words, the result of the life of the righteous is the sum of hits, of right choices, correct choices. So you make a correct choice today, another one tomorrow, and so on and so forth. And little by little, your light starts to get brighter, starts to rise, and starts getting into a good shape. That's how God works. God does not work with immediacy, with the snap of his fingers. Everything suddenly changes in your life. No, of course. There are crucial moments in our lives, the moments of change in our lives, but in general, our lives do not change because some magic happened. It changes because we did what was right with correct decisions that sum up with results. So there are hundreds, thousands of small correct decisions that brings light to the perfect life. We know that not perfect in a literal way, but you can say, my life is perfect, I have battles and problems, but all that I would like to have in my life is in its right place. So this is the result of you walking in righteousness, is for you to see little by little your light getting brighter and improving. So this must change inside you, because maybe you get anxious and upset because things take a long time to happen to you. It's interesting that when we are children, we dream of turning 18. And then we turn 18, we sleep, and then we wake up with 50 years of age. And then we miss the 18s. And then the child wants to turn 18. After 18, time flies, and the person wants to go back and be a child again. After they are old, they start to say, oh, my youth years. In other words, the person does not know how to value the moment they are living in. Either it's taking too long or it's going too quick. They do not know how to value the moments they are living in. That's why their lives passes by in vain. It doesn't matter who they are with or how they are. We must learn to do right things. For example, I said that there are many who want to be happy in love and have only planted unhappiness. And it's true. Love life is an area of our life that is particularly like this. You will not change your love life in the snap of your fingers. You will plant correct decisions that you may have a accomplished love life. So starting with you taking care of yourself, that you may not become needy, that you may not make wrong choices with your eyes, that you choose with your eyes and you regret later. The person was attractive to the eyes, but became a thorn in your flesh. Am I right? It starts with you taking care of yourself, with your need for attention, learning to be alone. That later, for you to choose someone with no anxiety, to choose correctly, and if you're not certain, you don't go on with that. You don't have that kind of thought. It must be this one, otherwise there will be no one else. There will be no one better. Am I right? So you learn to conduct a relationship and to make right decisions that when you get married, you may not look back getting confused, thinking, I got married with this one, but was there anyone else? No, you embrace that relationship and you go on. And you know that you need to keep investing in that relationship to remain good. In other words, is the shining sun that shines, starts to rise, and you start making right decisions to the point that when you least realize, the sun is shining in the sky. Your life becomes better than you expected because you planted and you are reaping the fruits of the seeds. When we do something right, we shouldn't be worried about how long it's taking, because when we do the right thing, we trust that what was planted will show up in the harvest. We are planting upon certainty, upon what is written. The word does not fail. The word of God guarantees the result. So if I'm doing what is right, I just need to wait and trust. I don't need to keep on digging the soil to see if the seed is bearing fruits. I just need to keep on trusting and watering that seed. This is what you must do. So at times you give up before reaping because the harvest is taking long. You give up because you put in the effort once or twice and you don't see the result and you say it's not working. You must understand that the day does not dawn all of a sudden. But the path of the just is like the shining sun. The path of the just is like the shining sun that shines ever brighter unto the perfect day. So when you are in the right path, you keep on this right path. You don't give up. You keep on going ahead and trusting that God will fulfill His word. Throw away the anxiety. Throw away the expectation of some magic, because God does not work with magic. He works with the word. And whoever obeys it will reap its fruit. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.